Okay, everybody, we got lesson 1.3 of pre-algebra math here, part 1. It is the order of operations is the title of this section here. We got a 27-point skill sheet here, and we have a 27 points worth of notebook taking as well. So be prepared for that. Here are your standards up here. And teachers, here's our bell work for today. Find the product or quotient. This would be, well, I'm going to let you students decide. Same thing down here. Give your students 5 minutes. Okay, we're back for solutions for today's bell work. So we're going to use long division here. 5.2 divided by 1.25. We're going to move our decimal points over here. So that would be this here. This is what you should try using to divide using long division. Then 125 will go into 524. We subtract, we bring down a 0. Then we have a 1. And then we subtract, we have 750. Then 6 here will give us a 0 remainder, so 4.16. That'd be one way to do it, depending upon your classroom, whether you're allowed to use calculators or not. This would be the old-fashioned way and a good way. I mean, you get your number sense skills in. And then down here, find the product or quotient. So this is a multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 will be 9. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 2 is 18. And then we add, don't we? And then don't forget our 2 decimal places here. We got 1, 2, so we have 19.32 for work. Before you perform basic operations, you'll use order of operations to evaluate expressions. So we're going to find out which order of operations we use. This is for your notebook, students, page 2 of your notebook. Write this. This is a word problem we're going to do in this lesson here. And take note of the amount of plants that we have, 7 short strips. We're going to make this flag down here with plants. So the numbering here is really the important part of it. Region contains about 198,900 plants. You can estimate plants, total number of plants by evaluating the expression. So here is our expression here that gives us an approximate number of plants that are involved in the constructing of this flag to evaluate, and this is in your class worksheet, to evaluate expressions involving more than one operation. They've agreed on a set of rules called order of operations. So this is what we're going to do today. Students, in your own words, define order of operations. Order of operations: evaluate expressions inside grouping symbols, evaluate powers, multiply and divide from left to right, add and subtract from left to right. Here is the list, and this is the order. Evaluate powers, expressions, grouping symbols. Usually we call this PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, addition, and subtraction. This is usually called PEMDAS, but this is another way of looking at PEMDAS. Okay, example 1, using order of operations. Total number of plants. Again, we're back to that problem. Here is what we came up with here. So now we have this expression here. What do we do with it? So we're going to multiply here. Multiply each of these groupings here. And we get these numbers here from multiplying out. And then what do we do then? Well, we add them. And then we get this number here. There are approximately, what's this number? 1,387,800 plants in the flower flag. So that'd be a situation where order of operations would be crucial of coming up with that solution. Into our first guided practice here. Evaluate expression. We'll do this one in class. Students, this is you. And this is your independent practice. Pay attention. You know how to do that. So this is the expression. So what do we do first? Inside our grouping symbols here, we have a bracket here, but this is the inner parentheses here. So first we do this subtraction. 11 minus 7 is 4. And then 4 times 2, and then 72 divided by this quantity here, which is 8. What 72 divided by 8 would be 9. So this would be a situation where you would use your first. Okay, grouping symbols. We have parentheses, brackets, fraction bars are grouping symbols. Grouping symbols indicate operations that should be performed first. For example, compare these expressions here. You multiply first, then add. So it's multiply here first, multiply, and then we distribute our multiplication through that. And then to evaluate 3 times 2 plus 5, you multiply first. So for that, they used a grouping symbol here, 2 plus 5, which is a good way to do it. It separates these operations here. And then to do that, to evaluate 3 times the quantity 2 plus 5, you add first. So in this case, that was following the PEMDAS rule, because parentheses and then addition would follow first. Here is A here, how we solve that? Well, we have 14.7. We do our inside of our parentheses first, which is 14.7, and then we'll multiply that by 8. So subtract within parentheses, then we do our multiplication. We have 117.8 for that. And then our section B to example 2, we have this situation here. Here's a grouping symbol here, but for each one of these here, I mean, this is a horizontal way of stating this problem. So we would, first we would do our inside parentheses here, would be 5, and then 14 plus 6 would be 20 divided by 5. That would be 4. So that would be the order of operations that you would use to solve B, is put parentheses around these, and then do those independently, and then do your division. Into our next example here, evaluate this expression. What do we do? Well, we do these parentheses first. This is the innermost operation here. So we have 5 times 36 minus 22. So 13 plus 9 would be 22. 36 minus 22 would be 5 times 14 now. And then that would be 7. So that's the idea here. Now we have situation here. Students, this is yours. So you watch what we do here. That should help you on number 4. Okay, evaluate this expression. We have this expression here. So we'll 70 minus 92. So we just use a horizontal format here. This is our denominator. This is our numerator. And then this is 8. And then this is 60.8 divided by 8. That equals 7.6. So that would be the order of operations to solve that. And that was lesson 1.3 of pre-algebra, part 1, part 2, part 3 available here. Thank you very much.